Hi and welcome. My name is Alisha, and today we talk about Azelaic. We talk about giving up or be consistent in your skincare routine. We talk about all those wrong advices you have been given. Watch this video and discover the real truth about Azelaic. It will surprise you. And now, please stop everything you're doing right now because I'm about to expose the biggest skincare scandal that's been hiding in plain sight. You guys, I am absolutely furious, and you should be too. While you've been throwing your hard-earned money at expensive serums, fancy creams, and those Instagram famous products that promise miracles, there's been one ingredient sitting right there, ignored, misunderstood, and brutally mistreated by almost everyone who touches it. I'm talking about azelaic acid. And let me tell you something shocking. 90% of you are using it completely wrong. Completely wrong. And that's exactly why you're not seeing results. That's exactly why you think it doesn't work. That's exactly why you've given up and moved on to the next shiny thing. But here's what really gets me fired up. The skincare industry doesn't want you to know how powerful this ingredient really is. Because if you truly understood what azelaic acid could do for your skin when used correctly, you'd stop buying half the junk they're selling you. I've been researching natural skincare for over 15 years. And I've watched client after client make the same devastating mistakes with azelaic acid. The same mistakes that keep them trapped in a cycle of disappointment and wasted money. Today, I'm exposing every single one of these mistakes. And more importantly, I'm giving you the real strategy that actually works. Let me share something that will probably make you uncomfortable, but it needs to be said. Last month, I had a consultation with a 42-year-old client who came to me devastated. She'd been using azelaic acid for 6 months with zero results. Zero. When I asked her to describe her routine, I almost couldn't believe what I was hearing. She was using it maybe 3 times a week, sometimes forgetting for days, then using it twice in one day to make up for it. She was layering it with 5 other active ingredients every single night. And when her skin started purging in week 3, she panicked and stopped completely. This client's story isn't unique. It's tragically common. And here's what's really disturbing. She was following advice from a popular skincare influencer who has millions of followers but apparently has never seen real skin transformation in their life. The truth is, most people treat azelaic acid like it's some casual moisturizer they can dabble with whenever they feel like it. They use it sporadically, inconsistently, and then have the audacity to claim it doesn't work. But here's the part that really makes my blood boil. When I see people giving up on azelaic acid after 2 weeks because they experienced some initial stinging or purging, completely unaware that they were actually on the verge of a breakthrough. You know what my client's skin looked like after 3 months of using azelaic acid properly? Transformed. Her post-acne marks were gone, her rosacea was under control, and her skin texture was smoother than it had been in years. Here's what the beauty gurus and skincare influencers don't want you to know. Azelaic acid isn't some gentle, beginner-friendly ingredient you can just slap on your face and hope for the best. It's a powerhouse, a game changer. And like any truly effective ingredient, it demands respect, consistency, and proper technique. But instead of teaching you this, the skincare world has created this myth that you can use azelaic acid however you want, whenever you want, with whatever you want. It's absolute nonsense, and it's setting you up for failure. Let me tell you about Maria, a 38-year-old client who came to me after trying everything for her stubborn dark spots. When I reviewed her routine, I discovered she was using azelaic acid in the morning with vitamin C, benzoyl peroxide, and 2 different AHA products. Then she wondered why her skin was red, irritated, and getting worse instead of better. The skincare industry has convinced people that more is better. That layering 15 active ingredients is somehow superior to using 1 ingredient correctly. It's creating a generation of people with damaged skin barriers and empty wallets. Here's the brutal truth. If you're using azelaic acid inconsistently, layering it incorrectly, or giving up at the first sign of purging. You're not just wasting your money. You're actively sabotaging your skin's potential for transformation. And the most infuriating part? When people don't see results from their chaotic approach, they blame the ingredient instead of their technique. They move on to the next trending product, never realizing they were holding the solution in their hands all along. Now let me educate you on what azelaic acid actually does, because understanding this will change everything about how you approach your skincare routine. Azelaic acid is derived from grains like barley and wheat, and it's also naturally produced by the yeast on your skin. This isn't some synthetic laboratory creation. It's a natural compound that your skin already recognizes and knows how to use. Here's where it gets fascinating. Azelaic acid works on multiple levels simultaneously. It's gently exfoliating dead skin cells, unclogging your pores, reducing inflammation, and inhibiting the enzyme that creates dark spots. It's like having 4 different treatments in one ingredient. But here's the key that most people miss. Azelaic acid needs time to normalize your skin's cellular turnover process. When you have acne, dark spots, or rosacea, your skin cells are essentially misbehaving. They're sticking together when they should be shedding, creating pigment when they shouldn't, and causing inflammation where there should be healing. Azelaic acid comes in and starts correcting these processes, but this correction doesn't happen overnight. It takes consistent daily use for your skin to relearn its proper behavior patterns. This is why sporadic use fails so miserably. You're essentially starting and stopping the education process over and over again, never allowing your skin to complete the learning cycle. And unlike many other active ingredients, azelaic acid is anti-inflammatory, which means it's actually healing your skin while it works. Forget everything you think you know about using azelaic acid. I'm about to give you the exact protocol that has transformed hundreds of my clients' skin. And it's probably the opposite of what you've been told. First, let's talk consistency. And I mean religious, non-negotiable consistency. Azelaic acid must be used every single day, preferably at the same time each day, for a minimum of 3 months before you even think about evaluating its effectiveness. Not 3 times a week. Not when you remember, every single day. Here's your introduction protocol. And this is crucial. Start with half the recommended amount every other day for 2 weeks minimum. I don't care if your skin feels fine. I don't care if you think you can handle more. This is about building tolerance and preventing the kind of irritation that makes people quit. During weeks 3 and 4, you can increase to half the amount daily. Only after a full month should you move to the full recommended amount daily. Now, about that initial stinging. This is completely normal and actually a good sign that the ingredient is working. But here's what separates successful people from quitters. They understand that this stinging will decrease significantly within 2 to 3 weeks of consistent use. The purging phase is where I see most people fail catastrophically. When azelaic acid starts unclogging your pores and normalizing cell turnover, you might experience what looks like new breakouts in your usual problem areas. This typically happens between weeks 2 and 6. Here's what you must understand. This is not your skin getting worse. This is your skin clearing out months of future breakouts in a concentrated time frame. The people who push through this phase emerge with dramatically clearer, more even-toned skin. The purging becomes too intense, reduce frequency to every other day or every 3rd day, but never stop completely. The moment you stop is the moment you reset your progress to 0. Let's talk about concentration levels, because this is where the skincare industry has created massive confusion to keep you buying more products. Azelaic acid comes in 3 main concentrations: 10%, 15%, and 20%. The 15 and 20% concentrations were traditionally prescription only, but now several high-quality brands offer 15% formulations over the counter. Here's my honest recommendation. Start with 10%, but don't assume it's less effective. I've seen incredible results with 10% formulations when used correctly and consistently. The key isn't always higher concentration. It's proper application and patience. However, if you're dealing with stubborn rosacea or severe post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, the 15% concentration can provide that extra boost you need. Now, about product selection, texture matters more than you think. The early azelaic acid products were notoriously gritty and unpleasant to use. Thankfully, formulation technology has evolved dramatically, and there are now several elegant, smooth formulations available. Look for products that list azelaic acid as one of the first 3 ingredients. Avoid formulations that combine azelaic acid with other strong actives like salicylic acid or glycolic acid, especially when you're starting out. And here's something crucial. Azelaic acid is one of the few powerful skincare ingredients that's considered pregnancy safe. Classified as Category B for women over 35 who might be planning families or are currently pregnant. This makes azelaic acid an invaluable alternative to retinoids. The bottom line is this: a well-formulated 10% azelaic acid product used consistently will outperform a 20% product used sporadically every single time. I want to leave you with this thought. 6 months from now, you'll be in one of 2 places. You'll either be looking in the mirror at transformed skin, wondering why you waited so long to start using azelaic acid properly, or you'll still be hopping from product to product, wondering why nothing works for you. The difference between these 2 outcomes isn't luck, genetics, or expensive products. It's consistency, patience. It's patience in following a proven strategy instead of random advice from people who've never actually helped anyone achieve real results. Remember Sarah, I told you about? She recently sent me a photo of her skin with a message that said, "I can't believe I almost gave up on azelaic acid. This ingredient changed my life." That could be your message to me 6 months from now. But here's what you need to do right now. Commit to the protocol I've outlined. Write it down. Set reminders on your phone. Do whatever it takes to make consistency non-negotiable. Your skin has been waiting for you to take it seriously. Stop treating your skincare routine like a casual hobby and start treating it like the daily health practice it should be. If this video opened your eyes to the truth about azelaic acid, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more evidence-based skincare strategies that actually work. Your future skin will thank you for watching this video today. Thank you for watching my video, and if you like it, please like and subscribe. Comments are welcome.